Hey you guys, I wanted to show you my Thompson's grapes and how they have grown since last year. This is July 10th of 23 and I have my Thompson's grapes growing along my fence line right here. As you can see, the main stem is growing right here in the ground and it's coming out. It comes up all the way. Oh, I need to loosen this up. I just noticed this was very tight on here. Yeah, it's grown a lot. This is probably maybe almost 1.5 inches to 2 inches in diameter, but it grows up and then it branches out into a Y or T shape, goes across, down and around, and it ends right here. And then this side just keeps going straight out. No, actually this has two. You can see it here. One here and one up here that go out. Like I said, this is July of 23 and I have so many clusters of grapes. I don't know if you could actually see them. They're really, the little grapes are really tiny still, but there are abundant. Look at this. They're all in here. They're growing like crazy. So many huge bundles of grapes. What I did is I cut the tips of each little cluster because from my research it helps the clusters, the grapes actually form much bigger. So I cut this one, you can't really tell, but it's cut. And there's so many bunches of grapes in here that is out of this world. This Thompson's vine is about 2 years old. The first year I planted it and it pretty much just produced the main vine, this main vine. It just trained it to, I just trained it along the fence for the first year. It did not produce any flowers or fruits at all. But the second year, which is this year, this is his first year producing grapes. So I'm very excited. I hear that the time to harvest the grapes, when they'll be ready, will be in the end of July, maybe August, depending, I guess, on your weather in your grow zone. But in my grow zone, I hear that it's going to be the end of July, so it's coming up a few more weeks. One thing I am noticing is that, from what I read, Thompson's grapes do not do well in my grow zone because of the climate. It's close to the beach and the weather and other things. So I have noticed that the leaves are getting spotted. The leaves are has spots on the leaves, and I have noticed some powdery mildew. I think this is powdery mildew, but I've noticed powdery mildew more so on the grapes. I don't know if you could tell. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, there's some signs of, well, I can see it. It's kind of hard probably for you to see, but I have noticed signs of powdery mildew on the fruit. So what I have done per research is regular cow milk, diluting it to like maybe 25% cow milk, any type, vitamin D, 2%, whatever, of cow milk versus 70% of water, and mixing it into some type of sprayer device and spraying it on the fruits and the leaves. And I've done that several times and I have noticed a difference. I have noticed that it's controlling more the powdery mildew. The powdery mildew is still there, but it's controlling it. I need to do it again, because I do see that the powdery mildew is coming back. So it's not killing it and stopping it altogether, but it is killing it at the site and controlling it for about a week or so before it comes back. So it's kind of like a game of cat and mouse you're playing with the fruit, at least from what I'm noticing so far. Look how big this cluster is. Good Lord. It goes all the way up. Oh, yeah. yeah, so I'll spray it, and I actively see that the next day that the milk water has killed the powdery mildew. And I will notice that if I don't get all the grapes, even like the back side of the grapes, that the front side will be clear, but the back side will have powdery mildew on the back where I did not spray it. So that's how I know that it is killing it, because it's killing it on the front side. So you have to get the whole size of the grapes. You have to get the front and the back. I also spray the leaves. I do not see much of an improvement as far as the milk water on the leaves. Only on the fruit is I see that working more so. So yeah, so that's one way to try to control it. I also noticed a little bug. Let me see if I can find one. They tend to be everywhere. Well, at least when I'm not looking for them. A little bug, and he's kind of like, oh, here it is. Long. Here's one right here. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. He's long. He's black. There it is. And he sticks to the vines. And I noticed that, let's see if I can zoom in more. Yeah, that's him. And I noticed for him, he latches onto the vines and he sucks the nutrients, the sugars out of the vines. I tried to spray him with some organic stuff. It really didn't do much of a difference. But he sucks the sweetness and nutrients out of the vine, and it leaves the vine looking very dead. Like, for example, this one. I don't know if you can see it well. It just looks discolored and not the healthiest. So again, I don't know if all of this is part of the little bug or part of the mildew or a combination of both, but I do know that he leaves bruises. It's like a bruise. Let me see if I can find a better bruising spot. He leaves a bruise anyway. He leaves a bruise on the stems, and you can tell that's where he's been feeding off of. Also, he excretes some type of white clear, I'm gonna say it's poop. So if you happen to sit underneath the grapevines to get some shade, you'll feel like little drops of water pellets, water on your shoulder and on you, and you're like, oh, what is that, rain? Is it sprinkling? But no, it's coming from him, that little bug. And what he's doing is, I guess, feeding off of the plant and pooping it out, and it falls like rain pellets. So you'll feel that. So that's something that I need help with figuring out how to manage. But yeah, this is my Thompsons. I'll keep you posted by the end of July or August to see if I'm able to harvest, how much I'm able to harvest from it, and if there's a lot of powdery mildew or a little bit of mildew on the actual fruit. I'm going to continue doing the water and milk baths, I'm gonna call it. Oh look, see, this is like a little bruise right here. Yeah, like that right there is what the little bug does. Leave little bruises on the vines. But I'll let you know how well the milk and water treatment is. I just have to keep doing it every week, it seems like, to keep the powdery mildew under control. But overall, I'm happy to see that the grapevine is producing so well. I'm gonna see how well it does this year. If I get at least half of this crop, I'll continue doing it. If my crop is destroyed by the powdery mildew and the leaf damage and it's just not looking healthy and great, I might pull the vine and plant another grapevine that's more successful in my area. So I need to do some research to see which grapes are better suited in my actual area, which is 10B. The actual grapes right now are so cute. They're growing by the day. You can see them getting bigger and bigger. Right now they're not even the size of my nail, getting there. but they're cute. And I did pick one and I tried it, and it's crunchy, but it has a sour taste to it. It's very unpleasant, so it just needs more time. But thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.